No, welcome back to Pullman Park. We're here this afternoon for more Premier Touch League action, bringing you live some of the best touch talent right across Aotearoa. And in today's afternoon match between the Northern Strikers and the 07 Heat, we're looking forward to seeing how that one shapes up. The team list in front of you for today, and I'm joined today in commentary by Mere Nok. Kia ora, Mere, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Kia ora te whānau. Awesome to be back here.
Alright, so we've seen a few games already this morning. The 07 Heat with their first win earlier this morning against Metro. This is actually the Northern Strikers' first game today. From your perception, do you feel like that's an advantage, having a bit of a break and then getting into it later on in the day? Or do you think having that one game under your belt will play into the favour of the 07 Heat?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a bit of both. I mean, the Northern Strikers would enjoy the break, getting here late, being able to prepare, getting a good, decent warm-up. And with the 07 Heat, their perspective is they've got good momentum going into the second game, got some good structures, and they could tidy up a few things as well.
Alright, Te Kotono, as we get underway, we can see the 07 Heat moving from left to right on this field. Of course, picking up a good win this morning against Metro. Was there any players who you thought really stood up in that first game?
I thought Nikki Crombie had a really good game. There she is on the ball, number 13. I thought she was solid in that first half. And I thought Cody stepped up in there with Metro as well. Yeah,
and a lot of these players would have played touch together with each other for a while. I'm sure some of these combinations will come in handy. As we see the Strikers girls now just doing a really good job of getting some yards down the field and setting a good flat platform for themselves as they're moving towards that 7-metre line.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Strikers team. They're really gutsy. They're heaps of young girls out of Westlake. So they'll have some really good combos out there today.
Yeah, that's right. And also a big, outstanding little chop there. Who was that player? Let's see if we can try and grab a number. I think it might have been Zoe Sausage, sorry. Number 3 there for the Northern Strikers. They're the first ones on the board this morning. A great little fake pump and then hand off to Zoe there from Charlie Foster. A good start for the Strikers. They'll be happy with how they've managed to get underway today.
Yeah, that was a great ball. Great little chop hole there.
A big shout out as well to our officials on the field today. On the far screen we can see, I think it's Tiaru Harmani. We've also got Brett Kimpton and Tony Arnell, so some experienced referees to help guide us throughout today's game. Unfortunately, the ball just not quite in hand, but it looks like we might have a penalty against the Northern Strikers on the try line just for offside.
We do there. We got Morgan Morrow in the middle there. She'll look to have a waster here, get those middles nice and tight, and then open it up in the third or fourth touch.
What we noticed in some of the games, especially in the men's games, it was a bit of a story of trying to get and engage those linked defenders to move forward to create some more space, and I think that we've seen that already now. Just a good try there from
Reese Anderson.
Yeah, from Reese Anderson there.
Good little setup, good sweep play, engage that middle, got a nice good low dive down there.
Let's have another look at it. Some excellent, I think, positioning, attacking wise, especially on that peel play, and a great dive just to finish off there. As the Strikers get us back underway now. They'll move the ball back towards their 7-metre line. You can see both middles there really high up on the defence, in number 11 there for the Northern Strikers, Tia Noatai, just trying to commit them, and we'll see here how well they can do it, bringing that defence out past that 7-metre line.
Yeah, they've got Tia there, Ashlyn there. They're the experienced ones in the team. Everyone will be looking them for a bit of leadership and a bit of direction as well.
What was really important in some of this morning's game was ball control. How do you think that it's going to play a bit of a factor today, especially with the wind?
Yeah, I think they'll look to go short to start off with, test the wind, see how far they can drift that ball. Last week when they played against each other, it was torrential rain, and it ended up 07 Heat winning on the Hooter. So I think today's weather will open it up a little bit, and we'll get to see some really good skills out there today. Yeah,
we've already seen some end-to-end action. We've got Morgan Morrow on the ball now. She shifts the ball back inside to the middles. We'll look for a bit of a strike play here. I think this is the last play. Nikki Crombie with ball in hand. Still a good set, not quite the result they might have wanted, but at the right end of the field.
Yeah, the right end. They probably just need to be a bit stronger there in that ruck, tidy up that 4th and 5th touch so they can get a nice strike dump there.
Looks like they're working well defensively now on this right side, but the Strikers again doing a really good job of picking up some good yards going downfield. As we heard earlier in some of these games, corridor, especially on-field, but also off-field from the sub-box, has been really crucial just to help lift especially the defenders. It's almost like an extra player on the field sometimes. A bit of a pick here from Charlie. Can she link up with their players? Unlucky they couldn't get the ball to hands.
It was great attack, great defense, nice and tight. Keep it short. In the second half, hopefully we can open up and get it over the top.
Yeah, they're really, I guess, testing both ways on attack. You think that the attack is going to the left, but all of a sudden they shift back on to the right. And probably one of the added advantages of having 7 metres is a little bit more space now for the attackers.
Yeah, and it opens up the game a lot. And I've noticed today that the touchdowns are very clear. No 50-50s, so I'm really liking the 7 metre.
Yeah, here we go, another pick here from Reese Anderson, but we've got a touch called. Again, probably a good end, or at the end of the field that they want to be in. Maybe just execution will help them get across the try line with another few points going forward, but still doing the yards that they need to. And
yep, still getting there, and it's messy. It's messy at the moment, so if they can tidy that up and get a good 4th touch, like I said before, it will definitely open up for them. That's good pressure there by number 10, Leela. Here we go, Holly on the ball. She's got some great speed.
It looked like she ran out of space there, but I think the referee has given a recount, so the strikers will get a fresh set of 6 in front of their try line or by their 7 metre here.
She'll look to have a waster. Good quickie play.
Interesting to see defensively how the Heat managed to... Oh, there we go, Holly's through.
There she is.
And a great try there, number 9, Sammy Stanton. For the strikers, they edge ahead 2 points to 1 now. Let's have another look at the replay when it pops up. One thing I noticed here, just before the touches, you saw that Reese Anderson actually got her shoulders sort of turned out. Holly identified that and managed to get through the gap really well there.
Bit of miscommunication there through the middles. We always shut through the middle, so a bit of comms there, can tidy that one up, but awesome decision there by Holly, straight through.
Yeah, great read.
Not your typical first touch play, is it?
No, not at all. And some of these, we noticed in earlier games today, some really unorthodox tries were being scored, but some really good eyes-up footy at the same time by the attackers just identifying these opportunities. A touch and pass called here by the referee, so the strikers will look to ruck forward from here. They've done a really good job of setting a good platform through their yards, a bit of a strength to their game it seems.
There we go, they're getting that extra check there, getting extra metres so that we can be at the right end of the field.
As they look to set up for their play, I think there might have been 4th touch, so they'll go forward here. And a lot of space, more space than maybe she would have thought. Not quite the try line that she was looking for, but still in a good position to make an opportunity here.
There we go, 5th touch here.
And she might be through. Oh, yep, it's a play-on call from the referee. She's on the ground. Can she find a teammate? But unfortunately, as she lost her footing, so did her teammate. The Heat, I think, are a bit lucky to escape out of that one.
Yes, they are. They're a little bit loose in that middle there. They definitely need to tighten up a little. It's a tricky one at dummy half. You know, you don't really want to dive at half because if you miss, they still can carry on. But you also want to make that touch so your mirrors are not having to mirror as long as they have to.
Pushing forward now. I think both ways we've got some really good yards being done to get right down the field. And in terms of this first half, it might be a case of who can execute better at the attacking end of the field may come out with the ice creams at the end of the day.
Yeah, we're both getting to the right ends of the field. We're getting 2 touches down there. So like you said, yeah, execution is going to play a big part.
As a coach, you'd be pretty happy with, you know, some of the basics of the game, the fundamentals, the ball's being held onto really well. But what do you think is going to be the deciding factor, aside from, I guess, execution and coming through with a win on today's game?
Yeah, I think the 1%ers are going to be huge. Just like there, we probably needed a strong plant there instead of, you know, getting off the mark and coming back. So nice and strong, 1%ers, not giving away any penalties, especially on that 7 metres because it is tough out there on defence.
You talked about communication before. To me, it looks like the 07 Heat girls are a little bit quieter than maybe they normally would be in a game. But as we know, the communication is so important. Unfortunately, ball to ground there, so the strikers turn over the ball. 07 Heat now hot on attack going forward. Quite a warm day here at Pullman Park as well, Whānau, and a little bit of wind, so the environments are going to play a part. And heading towards halfway, it'll be interesting to see if fatigue has a bit of a factor.
With 07 Heat already playing that one game this morning.
Yeah, that's right. And still being quite early in the season, although we've got a great breakaway here from number 2, Armani Shepherd, and it looks like the referees are going to wave it off. And a great try, almost a full field effort there by the 07 Heat.
Yeah, that's awesome there by Armani. She spotted the gap, she's got gas, and she just went and she just opened it up. And I think things like that are inspirational, you know, that left the team. So having that try there could change the momentum of the game, hopefully.
Yeah, it does. And with tries like that as well, a bit of an individual effort, it gives the rest of the team a little bit of a chance to catch their breath as well. But you're right, inspirational. And now on defense, you'd think, oh yeah, cool, okay, we're going to stop this one.
Yeah, let's reward her and have a stop.
That's right. We can see the striker's not too afraid as well to spin the ball wide.
You've got Tia here, she'll be looking to direct. You've got Tara on the ball. She's got speed as well. She's also got a nice pass.
Maybe just a little bit of out of positional play or pushing the ball a little bit too far on that one. The strikers will look to defend as well as they can to slow down this 07 Heat, who are doing a really good job of getting to their box and getting fresh legs on. A little bit messy in the ruck there. And the referees have picked that one up.
So this is good positioning for the strikers here. If they can sort of get there in the first 2 touches, and then they've got 4 touches to play around down on that 7 metre.
That's Ashlyn Waka Idaya in the middle there, Charlie Foster. Some experienced campaigners for the strikers team, despite the fact that a lot of them are still quite young.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good mix of youth and experience here. And you could say the same for both teams, really.
Yeah, I think throughout the women's grade it's quite like that. Got some really young ones who are still at school, and then you've got your experienced ones. It's a good mix.
And we can see there was a lot of time for number 7, Ellie Minton, to assess her options there. It looked like the ball hit one of the defenders from 07 Heat, and they'll get a recount. Again, they've got this little pod here working in the middle. And a bit of a quickie play. They'll look at their options again.
Bit tough on that first touch, is it, to push the ball, especially on that first touch. You just maybe want a quickie dive, hit the deck, get those middles nice and tight, and then open it up after that.
Yeah, we appreciate the confidence. Of course, they scored on that play earlier in today's game.
They did.
But the defence will adjust and make that pass a little bit harder to get to hand for the rest of the half, as we see 07 Heat making their way back down the field. Reese Anderson with the ball now. A good pick here again by Armani Shepherd, but
she's dummy half. Yep, they picked that one up. So they had 1 extra touch there. Probably could have went for another plant, a nice strong plant, and get a nice scoop off the back of that end of that set.
And it looks like the referee will be advancing the penalty forward for not returning the ball back to the mark. Just one of those, again, 1%ers. Now that 07 Heat will be defending basically from halfway. As we see the fresh legs come back on for the Northern Strikers. Sammy Stanton on the ball now. Again, another experienced campaigner. She's played at the New Zealand level.
We've got Holly there on the ball.
And a great pick there. And it looks like she's linked up, and Sammy Stanton might be... Oh, no. We thought it looked like a try, but I think the referee's coming back for a touch and pass call.
Ariona there coming in for that short side shot. She looked like she was a bit... Ooh, wasn't too sure, but she came in, she made the touch, so she's very lucky there. Good defence.
And we've got a penalty here for offside now.
So a few penalties now, haven't we? So it's getting, both teams had good field position. We haven't seen anyone execute yet, so hopefully 07 Heat can cross the line and good field positioning here. Got Mary Ellen, she was outstanding last week.
Yeah, she's really tall and she offers a different...
She does, she's got some length on her, so good little plant on that 7, good dive.
And we have another penalty here. It might have been for dropping too early. I think it was against some of the outside players. You can really feel that, and you can probably see in the picture as well, a lot of wind is being thrown. I think it's from the left to the right, so in the Heat's favour. And defensively, I know from a referee perspective, but probably also for the players, the wind also has an impact on your ability to talk to each other.
It does. It is quite noisy out there, isn't it?
Okay, so 07 Heat now looking to assess their options on attack. There's some opportunities here on the left. Oh, and I think that we might have got one. No. Yes, we do have a try. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. No, I think that the referee might have called a forward pass. A little bit of confusion here between our teams.
There we go. Got it sorted. So with that wind here, the ball is going to travel forward a little bit.
Strikers fortunate position for them to escape from, but a good option there from the Heat as we see some good yards down the middle of the field from the Strikers, but it looks like Morgan, a bit of an experienced campaigner there,
Yes.
picking up the no touch, and the referee was right on the spot to call it as well.
Putting her team in good field positioning. Like I said, we've got a few penalties we haven't seen anyone execute yet, so hopefully we can see one cross the line, add a bit more excitement into the game.
Working together, this little pot here, I think it's Highland Potts and Nikki and Morgan. And they're gone for the show. There's massive gaps here on the left, but she couldn't quite get there as the dummy half. She gets caught by the defense. So yeah, as we mentioned earlier, execution's going to be a key factor in today's game. The opportunities are there. It's just about trying to take and make the most of them.
Some good momentum here by the Strikers. Right at the end of the field. Got a nice strike dump here if we can get one.
There we go. Defenders just in front of the try line. Oh yeah, and this is the last one now. Good defense, I think, in the end from those 7 Heat, just
Yeah, I think so.
to confuse two things. One, the touch count, and then secondly, the space that was on offer there for the Strikers to use.
Here we go, we've got good momentum. It will give them 2 touches down this end of the field. Who have we got on? We've got Ariona, got Amani there, she showed us she's got some speed. Reese Anderson. Good listening there.
And we're on last touch. It's interesting, we've already seen in the first half there hasn't been a whole lot of, I guess, strike plays going into the 5th touch. So by the time they get to 5th, it's almost like a wasted opportunity, and sometimes, and then they've just got to kill and then hand over the ball. So
Yeah,
we'll see, yeah, going into the second half what the teams can do with it.
Sometimes having that halftime talk is good. Players out there might not be able to identify that with the speed of the game, but hopefully coaches will pick that up, and during their halftime talk they can tidy those little things up.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the interchange, or as the players are rotating on and off, is a really key factor as well. Here we go with Holly, a nice pick, and she manages to almost team up with her friend Charlie there, but couldn't quite retain position as those 7 Heat escape in, and will look to ruck out back towards their sub box and get their fresh legs on as well. I'm really impressed with a lot of the basics being shown here by our athletes. Just good crisp passes, safe ball, good touches from an attacking player. And let's see what they can do here.
Well, that was awesome there. That was fun. That was fun. Good foundations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Setting that standard, getting right, rucking through the ruck, rewarded with a penalty. Here we go, Mary. She's got nice height on her, good length. See if she can get a waster here.
Oh, that's a great dive, but I think the referees caught the touch there. A good option.
Good little waster.
Yeah, an underrated one too. We saw in the Raiders game earlier today that the dive option was really on for a lot of the girls. And I think the same thing will be in today's game as well. They don't have to always look long or look you know, outside or around the link. Sometimes it's right in front of them. There's an option there. The 07 Heat, you know, making the Strikers dance around a little bit in front of their try line, and they pick up a penalty from it. So another fresh set, so that's 2 penalties now. Or was it 3? The referees are just consolidating. Well, I think it was only 2, but no, it was 2, so they're just going to play on. Any more and we might have an exclusion. So the Strikers will be aware of that now. Yeah, unsure. Here we go.
Yes, there we go. You might want to talk about that ruling, not allowed to pull out in the 5, is it?
Yeah, correct. And so now we've got an exclusion for the 3rd penalty in a row. So number 4, you can see Holly Graham, who the penalty was against, will now stand in the exclusion zone for the remainder of this possession. The Strikers will defend with just 5 players. If they manage to stop the play and, you know, retain possession of the ball or get it back, then Holly can return back to the field.
So just for the 1 set?
Yeah, just for the 1 set. Or at least while the Heat have possession anyway. So there might be another penalty, for example.
Okay.
That 5th, they maintain with 5 on the field. Another good dive, but equally a good defense defensive pressure applied here, or met here from the strikers. With that extra player, what do you think it does to the attack?
Yeah, sometimes they get a little bit flustered because they feel like they have to score straight away. But what they need to do is just take that little dump in the middle, and then you've got your numbers out wide.
We saw in round 1, often when a player was excluded, it actually meant that the defense would stand up.
Did. It definitely lifted the defensive team, didn't it?
You can see all 4 players from the strikers in one area of the field, so there must be some overlaps or some opportunities.
Yeah. So they're trying to play in the middle of the field. They definitely need to look out wide, don't they?
Yeah, done a good set good job this set of stopping 07 Heat. So here's their last chance with the overlap, but they managed to turn it over, and you'll see in the back corner now that Holly will rejoin the play. Only 10 seconds remaining in the game. The strikers will just want to wind this one down before they congregate for half time. And a little bit of confusion, I think, because the strikers player, Holly Graham, was still stuck in the exclusion zone there.
I think she was a bit unsure herself.
Yeah, so a communication thing, maybe from the referees, but at the same time for the players to learn. But we'll talk about that maybe as we go and have a more in-depth look at half-time. So we're at a stalemate at the moment, 2 each between the strikers and 07 Heat. We've talked about a few things, but execution being the first one. Through the field being really good. What do you think is going to be the key to, maximising opportunities in the second half?
Yeah, I think execution is definitely key, those little 1%ers. I mean, 07 Heat will be quite disappointed with their set down there on the 7 metre with only 5 players on. So they'll be looking to tidy that up. I think we spoke about the 4th and 5th touch as well. We're getting really good momentum, but we're a little bit disjointed, disconnected in that 4th and 5th touch. So if they can sort of tidy that up, get the right people on the ball, I think that's both ways as well. We can see this game really open up.
Yeah, it is. It's nice and open and flowing in the middle of the field. Not too many penalties, so to speak, for the offside, but a little bit, maybe stop-start is one way to talk about it, especially on the 7 metre line or around our try line. Okay, for you, for the 07 Heat women, any key players who you think need to, I guess, take the leadership role in this second half?
Yeah, I think Morgan Morrow is definitely one. I mean, we spoke about her a lot in round 1. She was the MVP, so I definitely think she needs to sort of take a bit more leadership and get out there and take a bit more control. Vicky Crombie's another one who's got awesome attacks. She can throw left to right, right to left, either way. And with the strikers, I'm really liking the likes of Charlie Foster, Holly as well, and then they've got their 2 experience here to a co-captains, Tia and Ashlyn. Good game, really good game. Just the execution, eh? I mean, they're both getting to the right ends of the field. They're getting penalties as well. They just haven't been able to execute.
That's right, and we can see that try on our replay from the first half. A great pick from Holly, and met up with her teammate there, Sammy Stanton. For me, defense is going to be really interesting in the second half. I think defensively both teams have done a good job at times, but at times it can come unstuck a little bit. What do you think is the key to kind of making sure that your defense doesn't, I guess, become disjointed?
I think it's communication. Communication is definitely key. I mean, a lot of our tries have been through the middle, and we all know we shut through the middle. We force them wide, and definitely with this weather, not too many players are going to be confident trying to throw it over the top with the wind out there. So just keep nice and short, get off that line, put pressure on the ball, take their time away with the ball, and just nice and tight through that middle.
Yes, agree. Definitely a game where we want to play to our own strengths and, play to our game plan and what works well for us. So whichever team can do that the best, I think will come out at the end of the day with the win. As we get back underway with the strikers for the tap on the second half, it looks like a bit of a set play that they're going to be running from the halfway.
We've got Tara there on the other middle. Look for her on a sweep or a short here. Here she is with the ball. She's got speed.
A great option there, I think, with the look for the long ball. Pass was on, defender was in the way and caught in the passing lane, so they'll get a recount now for a fresh set of 6 on their try line. Tara again on the ball. She looked like a real threat in the second half. Maybe she's one of the leaders for the Strikers that'll stand up.
Yeah, maybe get her on the ball a bit more. Keep the defense honest. It's going to open up for her.
A little pure play here as I think that's Ashlyn Waka-Irai looking. And it looks like it might have paid off. A try to number 1 from the Northern Strikers. Hopefully we'll get another look at this, but I think the setup was really what worked well for the Strikers here.
Yeah, I really like that play. They went wide, one side with Tara, and then they've come back the other side, so they're definitely spreading the 07 Heat defensive team. But sweep plays have been outstanding this year, and I think with the 7 metre, it definitely opens up the defensive holes a lot more because you're having to work that much harder to get back.
And defensively, especially the link position, that sometimes they're going on a different, I guess, track or direction back to the try line.
Yeah, they're tracking to a man on. They probably could work a little bit harder there and kind of push up out of the line.
Here we see Nikki Crombie now asking questions of the defence as well. 07 Heat, we know that they won't be too familiar to this position. In fact, I doubt that they've really been behind at all in this competition. So we know that they've got a lot of fight in them, and we'll see what they can strike back with here. A bit of a 32 platform, and Nikki will take a pick. And it looks like she's got through. Can she find a teammate to capitalise this opportunity? I don't know if they got hand to ball on that one, so the Strikers will now turn around and ruck from their 7.
Look at that transition. Great transition play. 07 Heat had 2 girls on the floor. Grab the ball, go. That's touch 1. Touch 2 at halfway.
Outstanding.
Great energy.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they're on touch 3, nearing their 7 metre line. So in a good position here to make and maximise this opportunity. We've got Holly on the ball now. She's looking left, and she manages to get through and break the line. Can she team up with her teammate? It doesn't look like there was a clean catch.
Great attack, great defence.
Yeah, good to see them asking questions and even taking that opportunity on the 4th touch.
Yeah.
As well as the Strikers look to try and stymie this 07 Heat attack. You can see the defenders now pushing forward, a good position that you want. I think from the left side in front of the sub-box, just to slow that 07 Heat down, but equally...
Yeah, that was a good check play there.
Yeah, some really good checks coming in. Morgan now teaming up with Reese Anderson. I think this is almost the end of the set, so they'll look for their strike play here.
Here's Amani with the speed.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It was 6. A bit of a heavy touch, a lot of contact on that one. Maybe Morgan reminiscing on her 7s days and playing rugby. But hey, touch footy, we want minimal contact and a nice clean play of the ball. And the Strikers benefit off that one. And now in a good position again to strike forward. I'm liking what they've brought into the second half.
They've come out with a lot of energy, setting their play, taking the defence one way and then moving it back again. Look, they've got 2 middles up there. Tara with the speed. That's a great setup. Yeah,
outstanding read there, not only with the options in the middle but also on the left, but they took what was on offer. Tara Turner making the most of it, and then I think she caught up there with Zoe Sausage again with another try. Yeah, I think it might have been, and yeah, now 4-2, the Northern Strikers extend their lead.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Got 2 up high, 2 middles high, and that's what you want. You're always going to get through if you've got your 2 middles up. 07 have got the firepower to definitely come back from 2 down. Still a lot of time in the game. They just need to find some form, keep composed, work on those 1%ers.
A good setup here, almost through. I think that's touch 4, so they'll still have an opportunity here to, take a strike off this set. Let's see. I think Morgan will inject herself here with the ball. And, oh no, we've got a penalty here, so this is a fortunate position for the 07 Heat to be in. It looks like a rolling penalty against this Northern Strikers side.
And they've got two nice tall players there with Morgan and Mary. Both got nice low dives. Will they go for the waster or will they set up a sweep play?
Fortunate opportunity here as the referee gives the mark. The tap's taken and the Strikers will now move forward from their line. And a quickie play. Can Morgan find some space in the middle? No, they're going to shift and look to the right now. Oh, an opportunity here for Mary.
Oh, nice.
And that's where that dive comes in handy. A great finish here for the 07 Heat.
Yeah, that was great there. Bit of individual brilliance there, wasn't there?
That is a try to the
Little stop start and a good dive, nice and low to finish.
Off that left foot, she engaged that defender who fell for it, and then she managed to sneak over the line. So 4 points to 3. Strikers still in the lead, but plenty of time left on the clock. Let's see what they can do off this set here. As Holly Graham gets us back underway. Oh, a bit loose on the play, but I think the referee might allow them to replay the ball. Fortunate position, you know, on this level you've got to make sure that you look after the ball.
Yeah, protecting the ball. Holly Williams there, she's been strong for the Strikers today, so they'll probably look for her on a sweep play or out of half. She's really effective out of half.
This is Taylor Foster now with the ball. Holly again looking for a pick. Always dangerous with the ball in hand, and unfortunate that one didn't quite connect with the winger, but not afraid to ask questions even on the third or fourth touch. A full pass call there from our referee, yeah. So they'll get a full set going forward here. 07 Heat will want to make the most of this set as Nikki Crombie passes the ball from the half. Nice yards there, and a little bit messy in that ruck. Yeah.
Still in good field positioning here. By touch 3 you aim to get to halfway, and they did that, so hopefully they can get a good fourth and fifth touch.
That's Te Ahi Bidwa, number 18 on the left wing there. She was a bit of a star this morning against Metro. I think she scored 3 or 4 tries. So an option there on the left. If they can manage to look for her off a long ball maybe. And we've got another penalty against the Northern Strikers. There's a bit of a trend happening here. They'll be, I guess, fortunate that they haven't had too many on a roll.
07 Heat looking a little bit disconnected there, so they're very lucky with that penalty. But hopefully we can execute and get it to a draw.
Here we go off a bit of a pure play. Oh, and there's a great dive. Excellent recognition there from Morgan Morrow, seeing the gap and then connecting there with number 10, I believe it was Leila. Yeah, Leila Iramia. We'll have another look at the replay here.
Leila Iramia there. That's awesome dive there. She's very powerful, so she would have just caught, stretched straight out. Good finish by her.
And that ties the score up at 4 apiece. We knew it was going to be tight at half-time, but it's still anyone's game.
It is. Still got 10 minutes to go. It's an exciting game.
Yeah, the execution's been good so far in the second half. One of those key points that we mentioned at half-time. As the Strikers continue to push forward from the 7-metre line, and a good connection here between Tara and Sammy again, but again equally met by the defence from 07 Heat.
He've been running that a lot today. If they could find someone who could go over the top, push it out to the wing, it's going to look really good.
A great touch there. I think that was from Highland Potts. Defensively, those are the things that you want from your middle. She managed to slow down the attack.
She did. Get up, get back, bring some energy into the game.
Shifting the ball towards their sub-box now is the 07 Heat. A good defensive position there from number 11 from the Strikers, Tia Nortai. She's
and we've picked up another penalty.
Yeah, I was going to mention, you know, she's leading with defence, but they also got caught out offside there as well. So for the Heat, a fortunate position to be in.
I think the Strikers here are giving away a bit too many penalties, which are allowing 07 Heat to come back into this game. If they can sort of tidy up a few of those little 1%ers, the offsides.
Yeah, reading their body language, you can see when they've got ball in hand, they're really engaged, but a few disconnections at times on defence. They're lucky there that one went to ground, but as a team, as a unit, they'll want to chat and say, hey, come on girls, we've got to tighten up, especially on defence if we want to win this game.
Yeah.
As you see them move the ball through the middle of the field, getting a few good yards, especially off these little quick checks, but the players are calling a no touch again.
It's very smart there. They saw the rucker head down, just wanting to get that nice strong plant, but unfortunately forgot to initiate. So good field positioning here.
Absolutely, for the 07 Heat, they'll again want to look to maximise this opportunity, and some really good go forward there, number 14, Alicia McCoy, as they get some of their guns back in the middle of the field. Here we've got Morgan Morrow on the ball and teaming up with Amani Shepherd. Really engage that left side defence, and plenty of opportunity here on the left if they can find the hands. But I think we found a penalty. It might have been a touch and pass
Yeah,
against
I
the
think
Heat.
so. I think they had one more touch there to go as well, so they probably could have got a play in, set up a play.
The intent was there, especially from that 32. Again, probably just an execution issue. If they can maybe move or starting with the plant and then moving the ball through their hands a little bit quicker, there's going to be some opportunities out there on the left in particular.
The game has definitely lifted in this second half. Both teams coming out with a lot of energy.
Yeah, definitely, with the intensity on defence being brought through, and it's being led by the 07 Heat middles, I have to say, and doing a good job there as Amani Shepherd to stop that opportunity. The Heat now ball in hand moving forward. Trying to catch the Strikers defence out. They managed to do so a couple of plays beforehand. Mary pushing the ball forward now, and we've got number 1 again. This is Highland Potts. Still an opportunity here to strike. Can they make the most of it? Shifting right, a long ball towards their right winger, but well covered there by the Strikers, we must say.
Probably just needed someone out of half there. They opted just to sort of pick and then quickly pass.
Yeah, the Strikers fortunate on that one to escape as they reset. Sammy Stanton on first touch, having to find her mark again. But some good yards being made as they make halfway.
Here we go, good momentum here. That's a great drive by number 3.
Zoe Sausage, I think she's been one of the key players for the Strikers. Scored 2 tries herself. Here's Holly off the back of a pick, and she's got the space. Can she find a teammate? There it is. Ashton Waka Edai, number 1, the co-captain for the Strikers, takes them above the Heat now. 5 points to 4. Northern Strikers, a good position for them to be in. Having a look at this replay here now. A great read attacking wise from Holly to see the space in the attack.
Yeah, and I think Zoe can play a huge part in that. She came on with a lot of energy, had that strike down through the middle, gave them good momentum with Holly being on that last touch getting through.
Yeah, absolutely. Nikki Crombie now with the ball. They'll look to try and even this one up here. Trying to engage those middles here. A little bit casual. To see if the referee can help get those players forward. I think the 07 Heat would help. Would appreciate that help. A 32 pick here now. Morgan's got the opportunity here. They're splitting towards the short side, the right. Almost an opportunity there, but I think that Nikki might have hurt her arm as well. Not a player that you would want to see coming off with an injury. She's a key member of this 07 Heat team. The Strikers again. Zoe Sausage.
Again.
With great...
Look at that, great energy.
Great energy coming.
I've really enjoyed their transition. They just grab the ball, they go, they don't care what's happening behind them, they just pick it up and go, and it's definitely playing off because look how far they are on touch 3.
Yeah, I think great coaching and great awareness, especially position-wise, to make sure that you're running good angles as you're entering the field. Tara now looking for her options to the right. Unfortunate to not be able to capture that one in, but still applying really good pressure. The Strikers are, especially throughout the field. The Heat now are Marnie Shepherd moving the ball forward, and this is number 14, Alicia McCoy. She's been quite busy today as well, I feel.
Yeah, she has been busy. Here we go. A little bit disjointed again with their yards, but hopefully we can get a good, strong power dump to get some momentum. Here we got Leela. She's nice and strong.
And that's a great platform for Reese Anderson to take a pick from. An opportunity here on the left if they can find some hands. Not quite on that play. The Strikers now looking to return the favour.
With that transition, isn't it good? Making that 10 metres on that first touch. Touch 2 here, nearly at halfway.
Yeah, I think we would struggle to find any issues at all. Very few drop balls, very few forward passes in this entire game. I guess I was worried that, coming to this game, maybe they weren't quite warm, but man, they've really performed well in that space of the field.
Oh, unlucky, that's Holly Williams again out of half. She's been really good out of half today.
What I like as well is the positional play that the Lynx are holding, I guess, their space on attack, so it allows the middles to do their job, and then they know that their Lynx are in a good position to receive the ball if they have to pass it wider. Some good checks here and some excellent meters being made. Highland Potts with the ball in hand. Can she do it on her own? I think she's got the gas. And a great try there.
That is a great try.
Almost from broken play. They caught the Northern Strikers out with that extra check from the middle. If we can have another look here. Yeah, we will. We'll see the full play. A little bit messy on the roll ball, but they were fortunate here. Oh, it was a bit of a wrap play. And then a bit of a dummy here. Bang, they managed to get on the inside and levels things up. That's 5 tries apiece now.
It's going to be an exciting ending, isn't it?
Yeah,
just
that's
like last
right.
week. I think last week 07 Heat managed to win right on the hooter. So keeping the audience on the edge.
Definitely, we're both on the edge of our seat here. Only 4 minutes remaining. And ball in hand, they'll look again to set up for another play here. Ashlyn now with the ball. She's probably going to be setting the platform here. A wrap play, there's options here on the left if they can find them. The ball's gone, but unfortunate that the winger couldn't catch that one. But the intent was there, the execution just not quite there. Now the Heat an opportunity to see if they can strike one back, and hopefully what they'll want is obviously another try and take the lead.
What I've been really impressed with is they're still playing with the same sort of energy that they started the game with. So that shows that they're fit, they're conditioned, they're ready. Got Morgan out of half.
Wow. Oh, there was an awesome option there. Had she caught it, I think that could have been one of the game winners. But amazing how much time she had. She had time to step off left, step off right, and then still throw the long ball. Not only in terms of time, but incredible skill to pass that from, I guess, a standing position. And there she is. She strikes back.
You got it?
Like a thief in the night, but it looks like the referees have caught her offside.
Must be.
Unfortunate ending to that set, but the 07
What
Heat.
skill? What skill to do that? She'll be disappointed. She'll be a bit hard done by, but we didn't get the full picture, did we? We couldn't see, so.
No, we couldn't see the full picture, just like you, our home whānau. We're watching through a screen at the moment. The referees were in the best position to see that Morgan might have been in front.
Yeah.
The strikers, though, very fortunate not to concede a try there, because they would have hated to have lost like that. 2 minutes remaining. An opportunity here, though, for them to see if they can edge ahead.
Cool, we've got 2 minutes to go, so that's probably about maybe 2 sets each, 2 sets left each.
Here's Tara, a lot of space here, looking towards the wing. They're going to try and shift it back inside. I think this might be 4th or 5th play. Oh, hands are open, and there's still a chance here on the right side. Nope. Never mind, a good way to end the set anyway. Killing the ball on the opposite end of the field, making the Heat having to work to go forward. I like the strikers, you know, putting their hand up, trying to get some communication back and forth with the referee just to let them know when they're onside. The last thing that they want to do is concede a penalty in this position.
Yeah.
Good yards there from Amani Shepherd. As they look to set up. Can they come through with the goodies here? Oh, unfortunate.
A little bit unlucky touch pass there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, so they need to hold them out, hopefully put some pressure on, and they might have time for another set. Strikers here, good opportunity to execute down the other end of the field.
Yeah, that's right, and we know that their basics, their fundamentals have been really strong today, so...
That's good.
Oh, speaking of, did we curse them? Yeah, commentators curse. We apologise, Northern Strikers, for that one. Straight on halfway, as I mentioned how good your rucking has been, we have a bit of an issue. 35 seconds left remaining in the game, and it looks like it was a penalty against
and look who's running on.
Well.
We've got Morgan Morrow here. Can we see a repeat of last week?
Yeah, will they come back and steal the game? They've got the whole set now to work it out. They're going to put the right people in the right positions. We've got a bit of appeal coming. Mary's going for a dive, but it looks like the touch was made there by Sammy Stenson. Only 15 seconds left. Can they do it?
Maybe one more touch here. What are they going to come up with?
The strikers very casual. They don't want to give up too much in terms of positioning.
There we go.
It looks like this is going to be the last touch off this tap. Can we find some magic? What will Morgan be able to produce? A bit of a late cut, but unfortunately ball goes to ground. I must say, a pretty exciting game overall.
It was exciting, very exciting game. It went up and down either way. But means just some really good touch on display.
Yeah, absolutely, some really good touch. Ends up in a 5-all draw between the Northern Strikers and 07 Heat. Stay tuned, more action on the way for PTL.